Right, International Fight Week's main event was Alexander Volkanovski, the great, the pound-for-pound #1 on the planet. And he showed that again on Saturday night when he took on Yair Rodriguez to unify the belts. Rodriguez was the interim. We know this. Volkanovski was the undisputed. We know this. But we didn't know who was going to win, right? We all suspected probably Volkanovski, given how great he is. But to do what he did, to shut him down utterly and completely in every shape of the term was unbelievable. Went out there, took Rodriguez down early, held him down, did a lot of ground and pound, did that for 2 rounds, dominated massively, okay? And it's a smart thing to do. Rodriguez is unpredictable, he's unorthodox, and he hits hard, he's very explosive, and he throws unconventional attacks. Get the man, put him on his back, sit him down, do a spinning wheel kick now. Can't do it because you're on your back, getting elbowed in the face. That's what Volkanovski did. Now, Rodriguez, great fighter, as I say. When it came to round 3, maybe he'd figured out the timing. Maybe he'd figured out how to stop the takedowns. Maybe the corner gave some great advice. Whatever it was, in round 3, the takedowns weren't working for Volkanovski. But be careful what you wish for, because now Volk's going to stand with you. And we've seen Volkanovski can beat the brakes of the best of them. Beat the brakes of the best of them. Alliteration. But he can. Look at those fights with Max Holloway. The best boxer in the UFC, brah. Right? The third fight, first 2 were close. Third fight, shut it out completely and just showed how good his striking was. And that's when the talk of the pound-for-pound #1 started. Right? So now he's going to stand with Rodriguez. What does he do? He's out punching the guy. Lands a beautiful shot. Switches stance. Boom. Right hook. Massive shot. Hurts Rodriguez. Follows it up. Gets the stoppage. That's it. He's done. Sensational, and just reaffirmed the opinion that he is the #1 on the planet. Now, we know last time out he fought Islam Makhachev. Close fight, did incredible stuff, incredible work, dropped him, defended takedowns, got back up when taken down. Very, very impressive performance, but he lost. Okay, he lost. But Volkanovski is the smaller guy. He was going up, so he still kept the pound-for-pound rating. Now, regardless of all that, I thought Volkanovski, throughout fight week, cool as a cucumber. He believes in himself. He trains. He's getting better. I mean, there's no weak areas. The grappling is phenomenal. Okay, the jiu-jitsu on the ground is right up there. He's training with the likes of Craig Jones, one of the best jiu-jitsu players on the planet. The takedowns, they were phenomenal, right? And the striking, that's always been top level. Put it all together with the composure, with the fitness, with the strength that the man has as well. You got a real problem on your hands. And Islam Makhachev may have a problem. And that's the real story. What happens next? Who is Volkanovski going to fight? Well, we know he has a little problem with his arm. He said he needs to have a surgery, okay? I don't know what it is. He didn't go into detail. I'm assuming maybe some bone spurs, maybe a little cleanup, an orthoscopic surgery, okay? Hopefully, not too big of a deal, and he'll be back pretty soon. Sydney is in 9 weeks, okay? So maybe that's going to be a little bit too soon to return, but it would be phenomenal for him living in Sydney, being Australian. Of course, he wants to be on that card. But if he's not, who else? Or even if he is, who's it going to be? The top 2 people. He keeps going on about trying to fight Islam Makhachev again, right? And I get it. And after that performance, I think a lot of people want to see it. But I said going into this one, I wouldn't be a fan of that move because Islam has the greatest weight class in the UFC with a lot of contenders. He has people to beat. He has real competition. And Volkanovski at 145 has contenders also, like Ilia Topuria, a man that is 14-0, undefeated. He's beaten the likes of Bryce Mitchell, who was also undefeated at the time, and last time out beat Josh Emmett, who fought Rodriguez for the interim belt. By beating those 2 people and giving the body of work that he has, well, listen, of course, the man deserves a title fight next, and he is ready, and he's not scared of Volkanovski, and it would be an incredible fight. But which one do you want to see, and where does it take place? Abu Dhabi in October, that's when a massive fight card's going to be going on there, right? We're going to have Khamzat Chimaev on there, more than likely, probably against Kamaru Usman. They've been going back and forth, God knows what weight class, but I wouldn't be surprised if we see that. And by the way, shout out to Kamaru Usman for wanting to fight Khamzat Chimaev after just losing the belt, the pound-for-pound status, and doing it twice in a row, losing to Leon twice. Now he wants to fight Khamzat. That's incredible. So that'll be on there. I think more than likely we might see Leon Edwards versus Colby Covington, or they might save that for Madison Square Garden when Jones takes on Stipe. That'll probably go on there. But Islam Makhachev, he's going to be on there. for sure. And Volkanovski will be ready to come back by then. So maybe it's not Topuria. Maybe it is Islam Makhachev. And what happens in that fight? I don't know. It's hard to see. Every time you win, you get better. Your confidence grows and it reaffirms all the hard work that you're doing. Like Volkanovski said, listen, I'm just a normal guy. Yeah, this is great. But Monday, I'll be back in the gym training like a beginner with the attitude and the mindset of a beginner. And that's what you've got to do if you're going to continue to grow and get better. And hang on and defend the status that you have and continue earning the massive amounts of money. Let's be honest. Volkanovski's flying around the world on private jets. He's as humble as they come. He's a working class hero and he hasn't changed one little bit. I've spoken to him at length many times. There's nothing brash about him. There's no arrogance. There's no ego. There's a self-belief, of course, because of the work and the results. But the man hasn't changed one little bit, and I respect that so much. So against Islam Makhachev, if that's what he wants to do, I sign off on it. If he wants to fight Ilia Topuria, I sign off on it. And I don't think anyone would have an issue with that. If it is Topuria, though, which would be my first choice, because he just fought Islam. Do you know what I mean? He just fought Islam. And Islam's got a whole host of contenders at lightweight, from 1 to 15, tons of people itching to get their hands on that belt. So there's a lot of people there, but Topuria at featherweight, probably the only one right now that has a legitimate case. Topuria, boxing-wise, I think he could have a real go against Volkanovski, but I think the wrestling and the grappling, when you combine it all together, when you mix the arts, because they call it the arts of mixed martial, when you put it all together, Volkanovski is probably the better man. But that doesn't mean anything, does it? Because the better man doesn't always win. And no, I'm not talking about me versus Luke Rockhold the second time, you pricks. I'm talking about Dricus du Plessis and Robert Whittaker. That's what we thought. Robert's the better man, but the better man didn't win. Maybe Dricus is the better man after all. Maybe we were all wrong on that. But my God, UFC 290 was unbelievable. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Who should Volkanovski fight next? As I say, I've got no problem with either man. If I had to choose right now, I would say Topuria. And the fight with Makhachev can happen anytime, okay? Anytime. But the reality is, and Dana White even said it himself, I'm such a fan of Volkanovski. He's such a great worker, such a great fighter, has such a great attitude. He can do whatever he wants. Okay, and if I'm Volkanovski, you probably do go up to 155. But when he does go up to 155, I'd like to see him go up and stay there. This is why I think Topuria, sorry, I'm kind of going round in circles here, but if he was to fight Topuria, who else is there at 145? Because when we look at the featherweight rankings, I mean, who have we got? He's beating everyone. Max Holloway's #1, done. Yair Rodriguez just did him. Ortega, he's done. Arnold Allen, no, but he just lost to Max Holloway. Josh Emmett beating him. Calvin Vigatar. Chang Sung Jung's fighting Max Holloway. Giga Chikadze. Now we're starting to get down Movsar Evloev, Sadiq Youssef. Great fighters, but they're not in title contention. Okay, so once he beats Ilia Topuria, he's done. Then I would like to see him go up to 155, because at 155, there is a whole host of killers, great fights, pay-per-view stars, money to be made, and legendary status to be attained. I mean, just have a ganders at this. You've got Islam, you've got Charles Oliveira, Dustin Poirier, Justin Gaethje, Michael Chandler, Rafael Fiziev, Mateusz Gamrot, Arman Tsarukyan, Rafael dos Anjos. Do I need to go on? No, I don't. Throw in a Conor McGregor. I mean, there is just massive blockbuster, pay-per-view, $1 million generating fights, one after the other to be had. And if he beats Ilia Topuria, he can always say, I wasn't ducking anyone. I cleared out the entire division. And then I moved on. I moved up. He can have some more steaks. He can have kangaroo steaks. He can have pasta every goddamn day because he's got an extra 10 pounds. What do you think? Am I onto something? Am I out of my mind? Let me know in the comment section who you want to see Volkanovski fight next. But more importantly, well done to the champ, the pound-for-pound king. Alexander the Great Volkanovski, keep doing what you're doing, brother. I am such a fan, and it is a pleasure to see you work.